Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Comedy 101. I'm Dennis Fogg, and this has been a great run of shows. We're having a good time today, but I've enacted into a feud with my next door neighbor, and it's getting kind of weird because my next door neighbor's got one of those huge snow blowers, always blowing snow into my driveway. So what I figured I was going to get him back. And I got a Ziploc baggie filled it with V8 juice and chicken bones, and I stuck it in the snow for him. It was the best. No. Then when he comes out and he hit that thing and the red stuff, bones come flying out of that machine. I ran out there with my dog's leash going, Sparky! Sparky! And started this whole feud in the neighborhood with snowblowers. And it's good to get spring back now, because now we can just start throwing regular stuff at each other instead of snowballs. And that's what comedy's all about. And the best part about having it is my next door neighbor is not one of my best friends. Not like this guy. Him and I have been hanging out for years now. Let's hear it from my buddy, Mark Turcotte.
Sick man. It's chicken bones?
Chicken bone and V8. You gotta make sure you use the V8.
I don't even know why I hang out with you. I never knew that about you. But welcome to Comedy 101, everybody. This is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be great.
Yes.
We've gone a little bit off track on this one. We didn't bring a comedian this time. We brought somebody who's important to comedy.
But he's still very funny.
Yeah, that's what I like about him. He's a little weird, sort of like you are.
Well, yeah. So.
Yeah, this should be good.
Yeah.
Guy, he runs the premier comedy spot in Portland right now.
Sure does.
It's just amazing to see him. Let's hear it for Jim. Jim from the Gold Room. I was going to attempt your last name, my friend, but Jim, I can't do it.
How we doing?
Good. Dennis, see you, buddy. Nice to be right down. And then we
Oh, this is comfy.
Yeah, because then we can fall asleep on this carpet.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, make yourself comfortable, Jim. I mean,
he thinks it's a porno couch already.
before we get started with the show, I just need Dennis and Jim to do me a favor. I need each of you to put a foot up on this this table here.
Oh, yeah,
I
gotta
wanna
love the
show people
mandals.
Sandals and socks, everybody. Both of these guys. Now, Jim claims that Dennis did it first, so we'll give you credit.
All right,
but Jim does it right.
Correct.
And tell us why, Jim.
When you wear sandals, Dennis, you have to wear dark socks. Oh. You can't wear white socks and sandals. It doesn't work.
I don't
It's
know.
a
Doesn't work.
bad look.
It's a bad look.
No, it's the Old Orchard look.
Well, I was going to say, it's a local look. It's a bad look.
Yeah, it is. I told you, this should be a bad show. Or you start picking on my shoes. That's
right.
not good.
And then we're going to work our way up, and it's just going to get nasty.
Well, Jim, I know we sort of like surprised you being here.
Yeah.
So this is pretty cool because, both of us have worked in your show. And tell us a little bit about the Gold Room. It's been there a while, huh?
Yeah, we've been doing comedy now for 14 years, and it's called Headliners Comedy Club at the Gold Room.
Yep.
These guys have been here at our place several times. Very funny guy. You know Dennis from Restaurant Impossible. Actually was on national TV.
Ooh, he's got it down.
Yeah, see?
Done a great job. Mark's been there several times. Mark's been there. We've had Free Beer and Hot Wings, the syndicated show.
Yep.
And
That was a good show,
Mark's open for them. So we've been very fortunate to have local comedians who are doing very well. But we also have national comedians. We had Gilbert Godfrey there.
Gilbert, he was crazy, wasn't it?
Yep,
The whole
month
place
ago.
was wild.
Unbelievable.
one of the best, yeah.
Place was packed. We had Jimmy Walker from Good Times was there last year.
Thing with Gilbert is when he tells a joke and you go, oh, I think I've heard that. He probably wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, we raise money too. That big, as you know.
Oh, yeah, you're a fundraising machine there.
The big thing about the Gold Room is we hook up with fundraisers. We hook up with sports teams. People who are raising
Lungs
money
for George. I mean,
Lungs for George. We raised a lot of money for that.
breast cancer thing,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Camp Sunshine.
Camp Sunshine, yep.
We've helped raise over $200,000 over the last 13
And
years.
other stuff, important stuff like girls softball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little League.
Yeah, Little League. Yep.
In fact, we have a fundraiser Saturday night, the Southern Maine Flame, which is local girls softball club.
Oh, yeah. That's
We've
a
got-
great one.
We have an improv act that's going to be there. We've got.
That's Running with Scissors with
Correct.
Tuck and all
Yeah,
the other guys.
yeah, Tuck Tucker, yeah.
Yep, they're going to be there Saturday
funny.
night. They're very funny. I mean, they get the whole crowd going, so
Yeah.
it's really fun. And we got Dave Andrews coming down, who's hilarious.
Yep. That should be
Dave's
good.
going to be there.
Jim, I remember a couple of years ago with the Free Beer and Hot Wings show where there were, I mean, you had it in the indoor soccer stadium.
Correct.
That's what it is,
Yeah,
right? It's
the Portland
indoor.
Sports Complex.
It's
Yep.
crazy. I mean, there was, what, 600-700 people there?
In fact, they're coming back. They just announced they're going to be there the Friday before Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
And we're moving it back into the Sports Dome. Their goal is to try to hit 1,000 people.
Oh, my God.
On the night show.
Is that the largest crowd that you've had in that complex?
Actually, we were fortunate. 5 years ago, we had the Goo Goo Dolls there.
Yeah.
And they performed, and there was 1,800 people.
Oh, my God.
Had the Pink Floyd, remember the Australian Pink Floyd show there?
Yep.
That was great.
That was great too.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Everybody was in a different zone that night.
It's
There was an incredibly calm zone that night.
just as much fun watching the crowd as it is
It was more
the
fun
show,
watching the
right?
crowd
Yeah.
than it was watching the
Yeah,
show.
Sure.
Some of them don't even know it's over yet. They're still there.
I think some people didn't even know where they were.
Yeah.
And then you get the boat shows. You get the
We
boat
just finished. We had the New England Product Show this past weekend. We had the boat show 2 weekends ago. We had 150 boats there, $4 million worth of boats all weekend long. And in 2 weeks, we have the camping show coming.
Now, this is not all just an ad for the Gold Room, as you know. This is also, no, wait, this is a comedy thing. And I don't know if you know this, Mark, but he's got this ambition to be on stage. You.
He gets on stage.
Now
every-
he's making it up.
No, every show you go to,
I'm the
Jim
MC,
has to do the MC.
Right.
He's got to go down the rule, and he's getting a following. People
Yeah.
actually, if you watch the Gold Room, they actually say exactly what he says. He comes in that go-
I like my
he
favorite
goes,
thing about
there are
Jim.
exits here, there are exits there, and if you have given alcohol to anybody else, it is your fault. You will be going to jail,
See that?
and
Look.
not
Yes.
me.
That's right. And my favorite thing about Jim is like he will ask you like before you go up, he'll ask you for your credits or whatever, anything you want to plug and all that, and then he'll bring the paper up with him and never look at it.
Can't read it. Can't read it. Can't read my own writing.
Just
It's awful.
scribbling.
I've mispronounced more comedians' last name. I butcher them.
Well, I go to places, and it's a great, because it's my home field, basically. But I go to places, and I'm Dennis Fogg, comedian. I've been, this, that. I've been, in Vegas and all this other stuff. And I go to the Gold Room, and I'm Uncle Andy. It's a whole different world. But it's one of my favorite spots. Like going, I have that sweet spot in the center. I can just hit it from anywhere.
So do you have any shows at the Gold Room when Dennis isn't performing?
Actually, Dennis is only there about every 7 weeks.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No,
It seems like every time.
Yeah, well, every
I go,
time- yeah.
What do you got going on Friday? Oh, I'm at the Gold Room. At the Gold Room. At the
Well,
Gold Room.
Dennis does a lot of the private stuff too.
Yeah.
So he does a lot of stuff.
Right, but that's just dancing.
Stripping, dancing, stuff like that.
Right.
He dances and
I
gives
don't.
people
I don't want
money.
to see that. I do private comedy shows.
And here's a little known fact. You didn't know this, but their kitchen was actually got 100 on the
Wow.
in the inspection.
Perfect
Right?
score was on
Perfect
the
score.
Wow,
And
that's
they don't
awesome.
give that much in Portland. Trust me, I'm in South Portland.
Gold Plate Award. That's what
Yeah, the
Channel
Gold
13's
Plate
Gold
Award.
Plate
So-
Award.
So the food you get is actually excellent too. For a sports place, you would figure,
Michelle deserves all the credit for
Oh, yeah.
that.
She runs that place
She
fine.
runs the
It's
kitchen.
always clean,
Yeah,
too.
she runs the kitchen.
But then
and
again, she scares me.
Oh,
so-
she scares everyone. The place is going to be clean because she's going to make sure it's clean.
Oh yeah. And you had Jimmy Walker there, right?
Yeah, we had Jimmy Walker from Good Times. Craig Gass, who's the voice of the Family
he
Guy,
does a lot of
right?
impressions.
Yeah, does a lot of impressions. He had people convinced. In fact, he does this thing where he does his own advertising for the show. And he got on JBQ and he convinced people that Al Pacino was going to be there because he
my
does his
God.
voice.
Yeah.
And several other movie stars. And the phone started ringing off the hook. Is it really true that Al Pacino's going to be there? And oh my God. And I finally called him. I said, I don't know what you're doing. But I said, there's going to be a lot of pissed off people that are going to be there
you can't be
because
doing
you can't be saying that these people, oh, no, trust me, I do this all over the country. This is what I do. And they really know that they're not going to, oh, my God. But we did, we had 2 sold-out shows. The place was packed.
Awesome. And they get the next best thing to Al Pacino.
Yeah,
at
he does a
least
great
at
job.
least Craig has a pulse now.
Yeah, he does a great job. He does
You
a
did a great job, Mark. Your shows are taking off lately.
Yeah, I have. Well, actually, we're doing one tonight in
in
Augusta.
Augusta.
Yeah, at the
We got to be
Legion
there
Hall.
at
They
night
could-
because we're not allowed to be there during the day.
That's right.
When a
That's
lot
right.
of
It is the state
legislators
capitol.
are there, we just
They
can't,
don't. They don't want us hanging around the state capitol.
Speaking of the governor was at the trade show, was at our place this weekend.
Oh yeah. Who do you offend?
No, I'm telling you. I was impressed. I was incredibly impressed. He showed up there. First of all, he's not campaigning for anything because he can't run for governor again. So he didn't have to be there. He wanted to be there because it was local businesses that were part of this show. We had 300 booths, which if you walk the show, it takes a minimum of 3 hours. He walked every single booth and spent 3 hours there just wanting to see what local businesses were making, and I tell you, I was impressed.
Well, he's going to be looking for a job soon.
Well, that could be.
Yeah,
That could be. He might be opening a gift store or something.
He walked out with that stack of applications.
Going back to Marden's.
Yeah.
I heard going back to Marden's.
But yeah, he was
how many booths did you say? About 300?
300.
How many were marijuana growing?
None in this show.
Oh, okay.
None in this show. I turned away that show.
Because I was thinking maybe Ian Stewart showed up.
Hey, you never know.
They want it at the Sports Dome because of the Big Tent.
Oh, yeah,
they can
the
vision.
Big Tent.
They've got a vision of what they could really do in that
You got
tent.
those big fans.
Yeah,
at the top,
exactly.
you just
I
go
mean,
right
they
down.
feel at home. We turned it away. They wanted to come, but I turned it away.
Yeah, I don't blame you. He's getting the smell out of the carpet is just terrible.
2 years ago, we had the Howie Carr Show broadcast live
Oh,
there.
yeah, Howie.
Yeah, we had Ken and Mike, and Colonel Hunt was there. So that was a great time. Howie Carr's, I mean, he entertained the crowd. In between every commercial, when they went to a commercial break, he would go down, sign autographs, sign T-shirts. I mean, he was great with the crowd that showed up to watch him.
That's awesome. And being in the business as long as you have, and running a venue like the Gold Room and like the indoor site. What's the name of it? The
Portland Sports Complex.
Portland Sports Complex. I'm sorry. And you've had such big events there. I mean, you've had some behind the scenes access to these people and like some of the comedy shows and stuff. Can you talk about a couple of of weird things you've seen?
I got 3 great stories. The first one was Gilbert Godfrey last month. These professionals they used to have in a green room. Well, we don't have a green room.
Right.
A green room is basically a room where people hang out before the show. So the next best thing I had for Gilbert was the dodgeball arena that we have
the dodgeball
next door.
court. Yeah, I was
the
sitting there
dodgeball
with
court. So here's the dodgeball court. It's 3,200 square feet, completely empty. We bring in a small cocktail party table, 2 by 2, and a chair. Here he is sitting there, and he takes his telephone and he tweets to 125,000 people, and he shows a picture of him sitting by himself in the dodgeball court, and he says, "It's come to this. I'm in Portland, Maine, sitting in a dodgeball court, waiting to go on stage." He says, "My career is officially over." And he tweeted it to 125,000 people. He was great. He was so funny. Michelle was hugging him. I mean, he only stands 4 feet high.
Right.
Well, the best part of that, I don't know if you know, but the people are lined up. You know, we're in the dodgeball thing, you know, just a wall separating us.
Right.
People don't know we're in there. And I mean, the place was sold
300
out.
people,
And
yeah.
he looks at me and goes, "Dennis, can you get me to the bathroom?" And I'm like, "No."
Not that way.
Because if
no
I
way.
go out that door and he goes walking into all those
Right.
people, it's just
Yeah.
going to be a mob scene.
Yeah.
I go, "Can you wait?" He goes, "Oh, I can wait. I just want to know if you could." I said, "No." He goes, "Because we usually have our own bathroom." I said, "No."
Yeah.
Then we had, so the next story is Jimmy Walker. So Jimmy Walker, I arranged an interview with him on the show 207.
Yeah.
So he refuses to go to the studio because he's too important.
I heard he's difficult.
Yeah.
207 goes to the Howard Johnson's hotel and does the live show at the Howard Johnson's hotel because he refuses to go to the studio. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is only going to get worse. Well, it did. He shows up to our venue, doesn't talk to a soul for an hour, shows up an hour early,
Wouldn't let me sit with him.
wouldn't sit with anyone, and then he falls asleep on the table, and his head's forward, and he falls asleep. I'm looking over to Rob Steen, and I'm saying, I'm going to have to refund all these people their money. I said, this is going to be a disaster. Don't worry, he says, don't worry. So the opener goes on, he comes on stage, he comes on stage, and it was like somebody shoved a cattle prod up his butt. All of a sudden, he was alive,
God, yeah.
and he had that audience in tears for an hour.
Time to go to work.
The show was over. He came back down off stage, didn't talk to anyone else, and he left.
Didn't even want to sign anything.
Nothing.
Does he? I've never seen Jimmy stand-up act. Does he refer to any of his days at Good Times?
He can't.
He doesn't do dynamite.
He can't even use that word.
Oh wow.
He legally cannot say that word because it's owned by,
Yep.
copyrighted by Good Times or whoever that,
Were people in the crowd yelling it out?
Oh yeah, several times. They
geez.
wanted him
Yeah.
to say it, but he can't say it.
Can't escape it.
Can't. And then the last one was the Google Dolls. Again, they wanted a green room.
Yeah.
And so we rented the baseball, Frozen Ropes baseball, which is now called the Edge. We rented their facility, took all the batting cages and everything out, rented furniture and carpet from the the rental places. We brought in, so we set up this huge living room, and some people wanted to have autographs. Again, they didn't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, they were ignored everybody. Didn't want anyone to talk to them. So they do their show, and I leave. Everyone's cleaning up. I say, all right, I'll see you guys in the morning. So I head out. Freaking Google Dolls come in the bar, and they spend the next 3 hours with my entire staff till 2 o'clock in the morning,
my God.
partying with them, and they had a ball.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't understand it. Then I finally figured out these guys get in a zone.
Yeah.
They need to be in a mental zone before a performance or a show.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be disturbed. But then after that, they're regular people.
See, that's why nobody talks to you, Mark.
Yeah, I was gonna say when Dennis and I try to hang out with your staff after the show, you just tell us to
Kick
get
us
the heck
out,
out. You know.
That's why he makes me clean.
Yeah.
I've made Dennis. I put Dennis in the kitchen before a show. We were balls to the wall.
Well,
I
that's
said, Dennis,
obviously-
you know how to cook. Get in
It's
there.
not the day the inspector came
No,
by.
geez. There was stuff everywhere.
Speaking of Rob has been with you for what? How many years?
Rob's been our booking agent for 14 years, the whole time. He's actually the one that approached us to bring comedy to the Portland area.
He's big in this area.
He is,
really is.
he is.
He helps a lot of people, but
Yep.
other than that,
Now Mark is on the scene. Now Mark's booking a lot of shows.
Yeah, I'm trying. And
Yep.
there's a season for comedy, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't do shows at the Gold Room in the
We
summer.
close down June, July, and August.
Yep.
it changes in summer. It
Yeah.
becomes a more
Yeah.
Well, everybody
Summer
wants
camp
everybody
type of
wants to enjoy Maine, so they're down and they're in the Old Port. They're at Old Orchard Beach. They're at the lakes. Who wants to come to the back of the Home Depot parking lot to come see a comedy show at our place
do.
in the summer?
Oh yeah, but you sometimes have to rent out other people's parking areas, don't you?
Yeah,
You
like
get shuttle buses.
yeah.
and-
This weekend we had 500 cars parked off site for the trade show.
Yep.
Up and down Warren Avenue, and we had 7 shuttle.
Warren Avenue, Portland, Maine, right?
Yeah.
Across from BJ's.
Right. Yep.
I like BJ's. At Sam's Club, if your name's Sam, you get 10% off. So I got a BJ's card, and I hope. Well, nothing yet, but I did get a little bit from
There's
the guy
nothing
at
I
the
can
deli.
do about it. It's his show.
When did this go from? When did this go to R-rated? I missed that.
As soon as you turned your head in his direction,
Like my wife says, you talk to me.
Dennis sees your eyes and goes, "Oh, somebody's paying attention to me.
Oh, my
I gotta say
God.
something weird."
My wife doesn't think I know how to talk to anybody without actually just doing a
I
skit.
don't know how your wife puts up with you at all. Anyways.
Yeah, it's true. Well, you threw her out, so she won't go back.
I gotta hear this
I
one.
didn't. That's all I hear is I'm not going back there. He threw me out.
The rule we have at the club is the paying customers get the tables.
Right.
And we had a sold out show, and Dennis brings the entire family to watch him. I swear he must pay them because they've seen him how many times? You can't tell them they're going there to watch him. But anyways,
They want to see Mark.
so he brings the entire family over.
Yeah.
And I had to make her get up out of her seat because I needed the
Yeah,
table.
that's how it goes.
She was very mad at me. Very mad at me.
And she's like, "Do you know who my husband is?" And Jim's like, "Yeah, that's why you're getting out."
Yeah.
She was mad. So she's still mad?
Oh, she's that type of woman.
Oh,
She'll
yeah,
that,
hold
you
it
know.
forever, right?
Yeah. Well, you know her sister.
Yeah, I know.
And that wasn't at the.
I fired her 3-4 times, and she keeps coming back. She keeps coming back.
Like bed bugs.
Oh, God.
Is that the Restaurant Impossible premiere?
No. We didn't throw out of that one.
Yeah, because
Ouch.
I mean that was a
That
big-
would have been bad.
That was a huge night for Dennis, and
Yeah,
I was
it
there
was.
for that. It was great. We had a packed house, and
Yeah,
that
it was
was
a good
like the first night they showed Dennis's episode, and it was awesome. You had it on like every TV.
And then what happened? We got a big lightning storm and
Yeah.
it shut off everything.
God. Oh, on the
preview
on the
night.
preview
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
So we all had to rush home and watch it again.
The filming was great. Robert was sitting right at that table, and he was laughing. He pretended like he wasn't laughing when
Yeah.
the camera was on him.
Yeah.
But every time the camera was off of him,
Yeah.
he was laughing. And in fact, he liked Chuck.
Oh yeah, Chuck Grover was there too.
Chuck Grover was there. He thought he was very good.
Yep. And the only footage they showed of Robert at Dennis's show
Walking
was
out.
him not laughing
Not
and
laughing
walking
and
out.
walking out.
Yeah.
And they filmed that 3 times.
Yep.
Nobody knows this, but
Yep.
they filmed him coming in twice.
Yeah.
Then they filmed him going out. Oh yeah, they staged the whole thing, and then he'd snap his fingers so the camera would point toward him, and he would do an expression.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Do the old.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
But
I'm
then
getting
as
ready
soon
to
as-
breathe.
But you could look at him and he was just cracking.
he
up.
was having a good time. Well, he finally at the end of your show, when they filmed the restaurant thing, he finally admitted that you were a great comedian and that you probably should go in that direction.
Yeah,
I know
well-
you asked him to buy the restaurant
There's
and
some
you
money,
wouldn't.
Jim. Thanks for the plug.
Well, no, he also tasted Dennis's food at his restaurant. So I mean, that's
we
like-
heard all about that.
Yeah.
We heard all about that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, but then after that, I did a show without him.
Correct.
Right after, because I went up and I did all the stuff they wouldn't let me do on TV.
Right.
Which is packed up.
which is like 95% of your act.
Right.
Yeah.
I just talked about B-Rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one more time, I don't mean to steer this, but you got Johnson Hall coming up.
I do, yeah.
That's a new venue. That's a really cool
Yeah,
venue.
Johnson Hall's in Gardner. It's a great room. Holds just over 100. And
You do that monthly, right?
Yep. Well, it's going to start being monthly after, I think in the fall.
Yep.
We're going to start monthly.
Fall. And we're also, if you're very interested, please check us out. But we're working on a place in here in Biddeford, and we'll be hopefully in this area.
Oh, great.
That's right.
You know, so we're
There's not many big venues.
Jim's going to host every show.
yeah. Oh, here's a Biddeford clue. Did you know that this man was the mayor of Biddeford?
I was just talking to him
I know,
beforehand. He
that's
told
why
me
I
a hell of a
brought it
story, and I never knew that. But
Yeah.
we're in the presence of greatness here.
That's my get out of jail free card, being mayor of Biddeford. I'm going to remind when I have to do the day of reckoning, I'm going to say, well, wait a minute now.
I used to run this
I did
town."
some good things. You know, I helped the senior citizens, and I did. You know, let's not throw everything under the bus here.
Well, that's
but-
why when he showed up, he had to have like mask and everything, and goggles.
And you know, in the comedy world, especially for Maine comedians, like Biddeford is the go-to town. It's either that
Biddeford
or
or Lewiston.
my town of Lewiston.
Yeah.
So I like to pick on Biddeford because
Right.
I'm from Lewiston. But whenever you hear that on stage, when you hear a comedian dumping on Biddeford, do you kind of like, hey?
I do.
I used to.
what I do is most people don't know that I was the mayor.
Right.
So I can usually get the last word in with the comedian, because when they do that and they come off stage, I'll with a serious face, I'll look right at him and say, I just want you to know I used to be the mayor of Biddeford. I don't appreciate what you just did.
Yeah.
And the look on their face.
And good luck cashing this check.
And the look on their face is like, oh my God.
Hey, another one that we have that's the greatest show. I bring this up is The Hypnotist.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's right.
You have
Frank
you ever been?
I've heard about the
gotta go see
R-rated
this.
Oh, yeah.
Hypnotist,
In fact,
right?
he's coming
I've never seen it.
April 2nd.
Frank Santos.
Frank Santos Jr. We have a sold-out show every year that he comes, and this one is selling out fast. He's just incredible. We'll put 20 people on stage, and he starts out with like 40 volunteers.
Before you begin, wait a second, check this out. I travel with him. I used to think it was bull.
Yeah.
Okay, I've traveled, I do shows with him, and we'll show up to a town, and he doesn't know anybody in this town. We haven't talked, they don't even know who he is until he hits the stage. And that's what made me believe that this guy actually hypnotizes people.
I was actually dead set against it as well. I was convinced that he brought people, traveled with him, and we wouldn't know, because out of 300 people, you don't know everyone in the room.
Right.
I was convinced that it was fake. I was absolutely convinced. And I had gone to see John Edwards with my girlfriend, and there was 1,500 people there. And I'm sitting in the room, and John Edwards says, I sense there's somebody here with a red dress on. Well, of course, there's at least 100 people with a red dress on. So after I sat through one of his shows, I said to myself, you know, this is not real.
Gold room.
So, but I booked the show, and I actually watched 2 of my regulars become hypnotized on that stage. And like I said, he'll whittle it down to about 16 to 20 people.
Amazing.
And he puts them in a deep trance. And then he gets it. When I say R-rated, I mean it's R-rated.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking off clothes or anything. But it is just the funniest thing you've ever seen.
My favorite one is when he gets the lady to get up and go to the bathroom, and as soon as she gets to the bathroom, she forgets why she's got to go to the bathroom. She comes back, and as soon as she sits down, she's got to go to the bathroom. So all throughout the show, this woman's just
Oh, that's crazy.
For an entire
Oh,
hour,
my
this
God.
girl just keep getting off stage, on stage, and everybody's laughing. And I mean, the other things that he does, I don't want to ruin it for everyone, but the other things
That's
that he
the
does
one.
is just
Normally,
incredible.
you know me, I'm an old man. I get up early. As soon as I'm done with my set, I leave.
Right.
But this is the one guy I'll stay. I watch the whole thing. He is just, it's hilarious.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
don't know if he's funny, but
Oh no, it's not him that's funny.
But the
It's
stuff
what
that
he
he
gets.
does
Yeah,
is
it's what he gets the people to do. But
Have
yeah.
you ever been hypnotized,
no.
Dennis? No.
I haven't tried. He doesn't like it if he knows you.
Oh, really?
Well, he'll do it, but you know what I mean? He does it, then people
I'm
think
too
it's part of the
strong-willed. I'm
set.
too strong-willed.
Yeah, because you have to. I would assume you have to submit to.
Well, I'm a control freak. That's
Yeah.
why I MC every show, as
Yeah.
we know. So I want everything to be done right. And the first test he gives you is he asks you to close your eyes, and he puts his finger on your forehead, and he wants you to fall forward. And he literally wants you to fall where if he doesn't catch you, you're going to fall on your face.
Okay.
Half the people will not allow themselves to do that.
Yeah.
Immediately you're disqualified. If you don't even
Yeah.
pass that first test.
Starts out with like 30 people on stage,
Right,
whittles down
right.
to about 10, maybe
Yeah.
8. Sometimes, like you
I mean,
said,
there is no way
Wow.
I am going to let anyone catch me if
Right.
I'm falling head
Right.
first to a stage.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do
I
that
couldn't,
either.
I couldn't do it. So
but it's amazing to watch these people.
Yeah.
I saw a lady pass out in the audience
yeah,
before.
yeah.
And,
Hypnotized, got
and-
hypnotized.
and she passed
watching
out in the audience.
watching the show. She went right down. It's like
And her friends were all like, do something. And he's like, no.
Yeah.
He goes, she did not volunteer. I cannot do that. So
Yeah.
he
Right.
walked over and just woke her up.
Right.
But he won't take advantage of it. He
Yeah.
won't do that. But it was.
Yeah, I remember actually. Yeah, I remember
Because
that.
at first I'm thinking, oh man, she's in trouble. But nope. He's like, no. He goes, I do not do that.
Right.
There's nothing
Even
worse
her
than
husband is like, go for it, go for it.
nothing worse than an R-rated hypnotist with a conscience.
Yeah, right.
What a waste.
Yeah.
So we're almost done for the season. Basically, you buckle up for the summer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We go through the Friday before Memorial Day, and then we start up again after Labor Day.
And it becomes all summer stuff.
Correct. Yep. We have some weddings at the club. We have a couple golf tournaments. The Portland firefighters have a banquet there every year.
You
So
sit
we
around in
have some.
shorts and your sandals, and you do nothing.
I'm at the lake actually. I don't live in Biddeford anymore. I live on Long Lake in Naples.
Yep.
So I'm
Gorgeous place,
I'm enjoying the weather and I'm enjoying the lake. So if it's sunny out, I don't need to go to work.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Nothing going on.
And you mentioned you have Free Beer and Hot Wings coming back. Are they broadcasting the morning show
Yeah,
there
they're
as
going to
well?
have a live show at 5 in the morning.
That's the best because you're serving beer at 5 in the morning.
And hot
6 in
wings.
the
I have to wait till legally you can't serve. You can't serve till 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
So everyone shows up at 5, and I'll tell you, the minute it's 6 o'clock, whew,
You got pictures.
And
lots
hot
of
wings.
Bloody
It's
Marys.
one thing to drink
Lots of
beer, but
yeah,
they're-
it's not so much we sell a lot of Bloody Marys and
Oh yeah.
and mimosas, Bloody Marys, screwdrivers, and mimosas. We sell a lot of that
That
first
is
hour.
an interesting crowd.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then
it
you-
is. They're eating pizza.
Then you got to turn around and do it again.
Yep.
Yeah, then we clean up the whole set, and then we do it again for the night show. Then the night show.
You've been on some of the
Yeah, a
shows
couple of
before,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Now
great
the night
time.
show is not broadcast live.
No,
so that is
no.
that is R-rated
Yes.
plus.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they let their hair
When
down.
they picked on us that one year,
Yep.
they tried to. That was a good one.
The beauty is at night they say what they want to say in the morning on the radio.
Yeah.
They say it at night, so it's pretty good. And those guys are great.
Yeah.
Those are the fun guys. There's a change though. One of them left.
Yeah, Eric Zane.
Yeah.
Wow, Zane
I
left.
think he was released.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was-
Actually, he didn't leave on his own accord.
No.
I don't know. Have you heard what the detail is?
There was some controversy where I think he had some comments on the air
That's
that
what I
upset
heard, that
one of
upset
their
the
either
audience.
major sponsors
Yeah.
or one of the guys involved
Yeah.
with the radio
Yeah,
station.
that's what I
That
heard.
doesn't happen here because Mark and I upset people.
Yeah.
I have
we're still back.
I have done my fair share of upsetting people
No, you have. Yeah.
in Biddeford many years ago as well. You can't help it. The minute you open your mouth, you can't help it.
That's why when I called Steve, the god in the booth, I told him that you were coming. He's like, uh-oh, better double the security.
Steve, are you still there?
He left.
See,
about
he's
he
gone.
He left an hour ago.
Usually he'll talk. There he is.
Yeah. We had to double him. So it's double Steves today.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I need all the protection I can get.
Yeah. No, but this has actually been a fun show. I've had a good time.
Yeah,
You see,
absolutely.
I'm working all over the place lately, and as are you.
Yeah.
Actually got summer shows coming up. You got some books.
Now, last year you were a finalist in Mohegan Sun, weren't you? In that
Yep,
in that
and Mark
contest?
was in the same
Yeah.
thing, Mohegan Sun
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, Dennis and I were in the same
Different
year.
categories, but yep, I was in the old man's division.
I was going to say, comedy is comedy. What category?
I know, yeah. Well, they had professional and newcomer.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, I'd been doing it 2 years at the time, so I entered the newcomer and ended up making the finals, and Dennis made the finals in the professional.
people.
Wow, and the
So,
old
yeah.
people one.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Good.
And I've been down Twin Rivers doing that casino. The only problem with doing casinos is my wife goes.
Yep.
So you lose
don't
money.
make any money,
You don't.
no.
You lose money.
I don't make any money. One time we were playing the Progressive with the big money,
Yeah.
and she goes, "If we won that, would you still love me?" I said, "Yeah, I'd love you." I said, "I'd miss you, but I'd love you."
The only thing about a casino crowd, though, is like 80% of them are upset. They're,
Right.
they're there because they ran out of money to gamble,
Yeah, they're
and the
waiting
other
for their friends to
20%
win,
didn't know there was a
lose,
show
yeah.
going on. They're just there to have
Or they
dinner.
got comped.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
they
got-
Oh, poor Dennis. We had, I booked Dennis at a show in Lewiston. It was a fundraiser for, what was that? Karate. It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
fundraiser
I got
for
my
the,
ass kicked.
and there was 100, there had to be 400 people there. It was in the big Ramada ballroom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at least 100 of them were from a motorcycle gang. He was yelling the jokes at the top of his lungs, trying to yell over the crowd, who was absolutely not paying attention to him at all. And this went on for 45 minutes.
Yep.
And oh my God, it was, he got off that stage. He says, "I've never worked as hard in my entire life."
Yeah.
I said, the biggest applause I got is, well, that's about it for me. All of a sudden, everybody started to cheer. It's like, yeah. Yep. So
It had nothing to do with his jokes. It was just I don't even know why they asked for a comedian.
But you've seen his act.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It had to have something to do with his jokes.
But you and I have had shows like that before.
Oh my
too.
God, at least one a week.
What I like is when everybody thinks every show we do is perfect. The best shows are the ones that screw up.
Yeah, the key is to
Something
have a
goes wrong.
crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The bigger the crowd, the better the show.
That's why the
because
Gold Room is one of the best.
Right.
Rooms. How many,
And-
how many
and-
people on average do you get there?
We get 200 to 300 every Friday night, and we do it because we give away free tickets on the radio. I have a list of 9,000 emails, so the first 25 callers get 4 tickets. Our goal is we want to fill the room, because if you fill the room, even if we have a comedian that's struggling, somebody in the audience is going to like his joke
Yeah.
or her joke, and they're going to laugh.
Yeah.
If you have 25 people in the room, you can have the best jokes in the world. If you only have 25 or 30 people in the room, the comedian's going to struggle.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a great show where everyone is having a good time. And
I did a show at your place, and also the same night we had a show in the middle of nowhere. Remember, was it?
yeah,
God.
And,
Parsonsfield, right?
and-
Where were-
Parsonsfield,
Parsonsfield,
yes.
It was your job to keep the show going till I got there. Let
Never
me
even
tell you.
heard of the town Parsons.
It was a little bowling alley.
Well,
up
he was
there.
in a hurry. He says, Jim, we got to get the show going. And we were sold out. In fact, we had 327 people.
People
I'm
in the
allowed
bleachers
350.
and stuff.
I had to steal bleachers from the sports dome. I wheeled them into the back of the room and put bleachers because I ran out of seats. And he's pacing back and forth, back and forth. I said, "What is your problem? We've never started a show on time here in our life." And he says, "We got to start the show. I got to go." He says, "I got to perform after this." And I said, "It's 8:30. Where the hell are you going to perform?" He says, "Parsonsfield." I said, "They're asleep. There's no way."
No, they weren't asleep. They were very, very
Like,
drunk.
Very, very drunk.
Oh, okay.
One guy even got bag tagged and then fight in the parking lot.
Yeah, there was a fight in the parking lot, and I think they had like 40 chairs set up, and he sold a bunch of tickets, but only 12 people were sitting down. The rest of them were at the bar having conversations amongst themselves and playing pool. And
Those are hard rooms to
Oh,
work.
it was tough.
Those are hard rooms to work.
They had just taken down the chicken wire.
Yeah. What was that movie where they were throwing
Brothers.
Blues Brothers? They were
Yes.
throwing the beer bottles at the
Stand
chicken
by
wire.
your man.
Jeez, don't start singing.
No, I won't. Well, this has been a great. So where else are we going?
I don't know. Go to maineventcomedy.com for my stuff.
I
And
actually went on your
Dennis-
website
Yeah.
the other day, and I like what you've done there. You've got your posters for
Yep.
each show, the address where they're going.
Oh, thank
the
you.
dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Appreciate it.
I went to check it out, and that really looks good.
He's also the champion of Maine comics.
Right,
too, 'cause,
right.
You know, he uses a lot of Maine comics.
And you
in the
referred to
show.
me as the Godfather on
The
Facebook.
Godfather.
I don't know what
yeah,
that was
I think
all
that's
about.
pretty cool because people come over and go, "Oh, it's Mark Turcott."
I think
Who does
Let me know
that?
Mark Turcott.
No
I
one
said,
does
no,
that.
No, you can't. I said,
I don't
"Nobody
think
gets to
people
show."
realize there's a lot of talent with comedians in the state of Maine.
Yeah.
I mean, I use a booking agent out of Massachusetts, and our headliners, for the most part, come out of Massachusetts or Rhode Island or New York. But,
Or Portland.
Or Portland, Dennis, and we got a couple others. But there is a tremendous amount of talent in comedy in Maine.
There is.
And if they could get a chance and get a break or go out to, like you're doing, you get beyond Maine and people start recognizing you. And there's a lot of funny comedians here. You don't have to get them all out of state, that's for darn sure.
So check the Gold Room. You got your website. I see your ads in the paper all the time on who's coming up.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
it's the Gold Room Maine, MAINE.com.
And also for next year, but if you're thinking of a fundraiser and you really want to knock it out and actually do something that you're going to make money at instead of just selling, Christmas cards or something like that, contact Jim.
Yeah, we've raised a lot of money for people. It's easy. It doesn't cost you anything. We give you tickets to sell. You sell tickets for $15 a piece. You get $8 for every ticket that you sell. They do silent auctions like.
He says he averages about 200. So if you sell 200 tickets, that's what, 1,600 right there off the top.
We had a silent auction last week for Lake Region. Now Lake Region is an hour away from our club. Lake Region High School raised $3,500 just on their silent auction.
Yeah, but how much would they have raised without Mike Katrobis?
Oh, yeah. That was good.
He was a real auction man. That
Oh,
guy
really?
did well.
Yeah.
You've worked
Mike's
with
great.
Mike.
I have. Yep.
I bet you didn't know he was an auctioneer.
I did not.
Yeah, he was good.
He raised $1,500 with 5 items on a live auction.
Oh my God.
He was incredible. I mean, he could do that for a living, and it was just phenomenal.
All right, well, it's time to
a great
wrap this
job.
thing up. We're going to stick within our time.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, come see us and check out our websites, buddy. We love this stuff. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time, Mark.
All right.
Always good.
Good show, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.